Okay, we're going to start lesson 2.5, which is on group health insurance. So, most employees receive some form of health insurance as a fringe benefit of their employment. Their employer pays all or part of the cost of this insurance, which usually covers the cost of doctors, hospitals, medicine, and sometimes dental and eye care. A premium is the fee paid to the insurer to be covered under the specified terms. A common feature of health insurance policies is a deductible. So I'm sure you guys have heard of deductible when you go to the doctor's office, but the deductible is the amount that the person insured must pay. The insurance company then pays all or part of the remaining balance. So for example, if I have health insurance that covers 90% and I cover 10, if my bill was 100, they would pay 90 and I would pay 10. Sometimes the cost of health insurance is split between the employer and the employee. His or her share is taken out as a payroll deduction. Another example is a deductible is, for instance, if I have a $500 deductible on all my medicine, then I have to hit that amount, and then the insurance will pay everything after with a certain percentage. So group insurance premium. Many businesses offer group insurance plans to their employees. Group insurance costs less to purchase than individual insurance. Businesses often pay part of the insurance cost or premium, and the employee pays the remaining amount. So these two equations are really important here. The employee share is your annual amount times the employee's percent. And then the employee's amount is usually deducted each pay period. So the deduction per pay period is you take your annual amount paid by the employee, which is you, and then you're going to divide it by how many pay periods you have in the year. And again, those are typically 12, 24, 26, or 52. So one question you want to ask is, why do you think some employers are willing to contribute to the cost of health insurance? One of the biggest reason is it's really nice to have really good health insurance, and that's one reason that they can get you to work there versus one of their rivals. Okay, so that's one reason why they would contribute to the cost of health insurance. It's a perk of working at that company. Okay, so here we're looking at an example of medical health coverage for full-time employees. So when you get your first job, and if it does have benefits, you're going to get something like this to look over. So this is an example of a teacher one. You have your monthly premium, you have your district contribution, and then you have the employee contribution. So there's single plus dependents, and then a family plan. So if you're noticing your monthly premium, if your employer does not pay for medical health coverage, insurance is extremely expensive per month. So if you're single, it's almost $375. And this is old too. This is a couple years old. Single plus dependents, you're looking at almost $700. And for a family, you're looking at almost $1,000 a month in just health insurance. Okay, so again, it's really important when you do get your first job that you're not just comparing salaries, you're comparing salaries and benefits, because it does make a big difference. Okay, so here's your monthly premium, how much it costs. For this school district, they're going to pay, and it ends up being, they pay 85% of the cost of your health insurance, which is really good. So that means that we, the employee, pay 15%. So as you can tell, that makes it per month a lot more manageable. And here's just looking at other things. You have your dental health care coverage for full time. If you're noticing here, they pay for dental. So that's really nice. And if you're looking here, they also pay for vision if you're single. If you have a family, you pay about 60% of that. And for the other one, you're paying about 50% for vision. So again, benefits are something that are really important. It's not discussed as much. You always hear people saying, well, how much money do you make? that's not as important. You need to look at the benefits because sometimes that can be $20,000, $30,000 that's not seen in your salary. Okay, so let's look at example 1. Nadine is a carpenter for Ozark Construction Company. She has a family medical coverage through Ozark's group medical plan. The annual cost of Nadine's family membership is $9,800. The company pays 75% of the cost. How much does she have deducted for her bi-weekly paycheck for medical insurance? Okay, so let's look at the important information here. I know the annual cost is $9,800 and her company pays 75%. I want to know how much does she have deducted from her bi-weekly paycheck. Okay, so if I'm looking here, I know if they pay 75%, that means Nadine pays 25%. Okay, so we also know that it costs $9,800 for the year for her medical insurance. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take $9,800 and I'm going to times that by 25% to figure out, well, how much does Nadine pay? So multiplying there, I get $2,450. And again, this is per year. Okay, so if they just asked per year, I would be done. But they want to know how much is deducted from her bi-weekly paycheck. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, well, she pays $2,450. And I'm going to divide it by the pay period. So again, she's paid bi-weekly. That's 26 paychecks. So on each of her paychecks, she gets deducted $94.23 per paycheck. Okay. Let's go to example 2. So here's where I'd like you guys to try to do one on your own and then pause it and come back and check your answer. Okay. So we know the annual cost of insurance here is $6,570. The employer pays 70%. They're paid monthly, which is 12 pay periods. I want to know, what is the deduction per pay period? Well, if the employer pays 70%, that means you pay 30%. Okay, so I know the total cost was $6,570. So I'm going to take $6,570 and I'm going to times it by 30%, which is 0.30. And I get $1,971. Okay, remember that is per year. To figure out the pay period, so she gets paid 12 paychecks. So I'm going to take $1,971 and divide that by 12. So per paycheck, I have $164.25 being taken out for medical insurance, which is actually really good. Okay, let's look at example 3. So we know Izzy earns $2,917 a month as a supervisor for the Fargo Force. His medical coverage costs $6,240 per year. The company pays 75% of the cost of group insurance. Find the percent paid by Izzy and the total amount paid by himself annually. Okay, so let's look here. We know the medical coverage costs $6,240 per year, and the company pays 75%. Well, if the company pays 75%, that means we know Izzy pays 25%. Okay, so again, we know the medical coverage costs $6,240. Izzy pays 25%, so times that by 0.25, and I get $1,560 per year. So that's what Izzy contributes per year. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's look at this next example. Kim pays $115.80 per month for her group medical coverage. Her employer pays 55% of the cost. How much is the annual premium for Kim's health insurance? Okay, so one thing we're going to want to do, keyword here is how much is the annual premium. So remember, annual, you should be thinking that is yearly. Okay, well, I know Kim pays $115.80 per month, so if I want to figure out how much she pays for a year, I'm going to take 115.8 and times that by 12. So when I do that, I get 1389.6. Again, that is for the year. Okay, next thing I'm going to look at is what the cost is. So her employer pays $55. If her employer pays $55, then I know Kim pays 45%. Okay, so then we would set up the problem, because normally what we do is we take the cost times the percent, and that gives you how much you paid. Well, I don't know what the premium is, so we're going to use X. I know she pays 45%, and I know her annual, which is 1389.6. Okay, so again, your premium times your percent gives you how much you pay. So to solve for X, I'm going to divide by 0.45. When I divide by 0.45, I end up getting $3,088. And again, that was the premium. And the premium is just how much my medical insurance costs. It's not what I pay or the employer, it's what we both pay together. Okay, so this last example is going to look a lot like example 4. So here's where I would recommend pausing the video to see how well you do on that, so that way you can also see what you need to work on, what you don't need to work on, so you can help get ready for the knowledge checks and quizzes. Okay, so last example. Rhonda has $215.25 deducted from her semi-monthly pay for group health insurance. Rocky Mountain Auto Parts, her employer, pays 60% of the cost. What is the annual premium amount for Rhonda's group health insurance? Okay, so again, I want to know annual, so that means we're thinking yearly. Let's see what we know. She has $215 deducted from her semi-monthly pay. Remember, semi-monthly means I have 24 paychecks. I know that her employer pays 60% of the cost. So that means Rhonda pays 40%. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did before. So I need to do yearly. Well, she has $215.25 deducted per paycheck. So I'm going to take $215.25, and to get how much she's deducted yearly, I'm going to times it by the pay period. So again, she's paid semi-monthly, which is 24 paychecks. So per year, that is $5,166 per year. Now I need to figure out what is her premium. So she pays 40%, so we'll set that up. I don't know what the premium is, so that will be X times 40%, which is 0.40, equals $5,166. Dividing by 0.4, I get X is equal to $12,915. So Rhonda just has a lot more expensive medical plan. Okay, so that is it for group health insurance. If you want extra practice, go ahead and go to your packet of success and you'll find lots of practice there. Again, if you have any questions, you can ask me in class or send me a message. Have a great day.